2, 1. We're live. I did a countdown correctly.
Nice.
I'm looking at you, Warren. I'm looking at you. Okay. Oh, let me turn down the music. Hi, viewers. Welcome. Hopefully you've had a decent Wednesday. I was about to say Friday, but that's just wishful thinking, I think, at this point. Yeah. Welcome to episode 7 of the Penumbra Assembly. We're glad to have you. Glad to have you players. It's been a long 3 weeks since we've had it. We've had a session, so glad to have you here. All right, let's just jump into it with a little recap from last week's session, or the last session that we had, I guess. Let's see here. Recaps. All right. Oh, wait a minute. This is episode 6. Sorry, I think I said 7. This is episode 6 of the Penumbra Assembly. Frank gives the A-OK, so we're good to go. Yeah, let me make sure that I named that right. Did I not put that in there? Okay. Yes, I did name it right in the stream info, so we're good to go. Great. Mm-hmm. We also have the tweet set up, so if you're wanting to tweet out, there you go. Sound like an intense stomach growl. All right, for a summary from the last episode, episode 5. Hungry for D&D. The party continued to do their own investigating, heading to the local library in search of more information about the city and the Demi-Planes, with their self-appointed guide, Ume, in tow. After the library, they went to the Royal Bird Palace just north of the estate grounds, but instead of looking at the birds, they questioned one of the workers about the mysterious animal population in the city, and if the birds at the Bird Palace were affected or were acting strangely. Getting unsatisfactory answers, they head out, a few noticing odd guard activity outside the canals. Ume takes the moment to excuse themselves from the tour, leaving everyone to head to their appointment with the Whisper solo. At the pub on the southwest side of town, they meet some interesting pub workers and find an unlikely friend in the mysterious caped individual. The Whisper offered help, information, and a warning. Lady Amikir may not know what's going on, but any move to reveal the truth to her may cost them their safety. When they leave, the city is abuzz with the beginning of the Festival of Balance. But what will await them at the palace estate? On their way to the festival, I didn't have this in my notes, but on their way to the festival, they also ran into a very interesting half-orc who presented a letter from Accordia herself, their patron that sent them here. Saying that Zenith needed to report back, to come back with the half-orc, and that the half-orc was there to exchange information and, talk to them if they needed some advice or need to pass anything along that they hadn't passed one prior. And that's where we left off in episode 5 of the Penumbra Assembly. All right. So, with distant merriment, as you're about, I think, a few blocks away from the center of Amikir, you run into this half-orc who gives you the letter. Kind of stands in front of you. Let me see here. Episode 5. Yeah, and the letter, as well as himself, announced himself as Gujek. But yeah, half-orc, fairly tall, wearing this kind of golden plate armor with leather. Is a little armored up, but not overly so. But definitely has a very open, congenial kind of attitude about him as he greets you. Maybe even a little bit clumsy as he passes the letter to you and it almost drops. And he's like, oh, and hands it over. Zenith will probably kind of look at the letter and kind of take it and look it over and Oh, um, well, that's concerning. Maybe I should, go back to the inn and kind of get my stuff together. Then, oh, Guchek will be like, well, there's no rush. If you want to enjoy the festival, I'd be glad to go. No rush in getting back, but, we might want to go back. We might not want to wait a whole day. And he's like, I get it. Okay, so whenever you're ready, we can go back to the inn and I can get my stuff. That's good. Gujek will turn to the rest of you. So, festival, huh?
Kind of an odd thing called the Festival of Balance.
Yeah.
I have a question about the festival. If I am excited about the festival, should I act not excited about it? To be opposite?
I think it's the opposite of your nature, not of just how you feel at that moment.
My nature is I love festivals. I'm just trying to be polite to local culture here. Then again, that is also my nature. Maybe I should be very disrespectful.
Disgruntled and rude. It's a thing.
I think that's a fair question. I wasn't aware of the festival. I didn't come festivaled up. I'm not in armor when I go to festivals.
Have you never attended this festival before?
Oh, no. This is the first time I've been here.
But maybe wearing armor to the Festival of Balance is the right answer.
How so?
It's not what you usually do.
You might have a point there. Maybe this is what they expect. So, as the letter says, if y'all have any how are you doing? Do you wanna go to the festival and then talk? Do you wanna kind of go off and chat here, or we can go back to the inn and chat? I feel like I should see how y'all are doing. That's kind of part of why. Also to grab Zenith, but she also told me to check in and make sure y'all are okay. You're physically okay. I think, and he kind of looks at a list and see rabbit, yellow dragon, short one with brown hair.
Still have all my fingers.
Wearing a crown and a big burly guy. Yeah. See? Yeah. Okay, you seem to be all here, so it's up to you. I can go to the festival, let my my orcish self free.
I didn't need to speak with him.
Yes, I think you should do that. Going to festivals is always a good experience. They are times of celebration, especially when times are tough. It is most important to celebrate.
Very true. Well, I wouldn't normally talk business during a festival, so maybe we should just have them come along and speak business during the festival, if I'm understanding things.
Sure. Yeah, that's completely fine. It seems like a fun, people are kind of passing by, and seems like you kind of gets all the way. Fun time.
Is there any information that is of a secretive nature, though?
I have a couple of things that she wanted me to pass along. It's probably might not want to say it out in a huge crowd, but there might
Does she have a crush on one of us?
I don't know. I didn't ask that. And she didn't
it's
say.
a secret. I'm sorry, and Yvonne will wink at him a few times.
Could be, yeah. Definitely could be.
Perhaps somewhere more private then.
Okay. I'm sure that we could find. We could.
There must be a room at the inn.
Okay. Yeah, we can go back to the inn. we might be able to find a place around here, and he'll kind of like look around and just kind of check some notes. Well, no, he won't check any notes. He hasn't been here before. But he'll look around. Let me see where y'all are at here.
Dude, there's a meeting house.
So
Meeting
you're.
house is a thing here?
I don't know. I guess it'd be something to ask people here. Hey, we're dropped
How
off.
long are you here?
Right.
If you're here for the evening, then we can go to the festival and just meet you after, back at the inn.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, I just should probably get her back before maybe like 24 hours from now. Yeah, we can go to the festival. Yeah, do your thing, and we can talk afterwards.
Does that sound alright with everyone? I don't want to.
Let me look at my notes here and see if there's anything that anything that might be impertinent to like before you go. Yeah, what do you? Yeah, that's fine. I don't think there's anything extremely important.
All right.
Well, then you should have fun at the festival.
Right, fun. Yeah. And Zenith will kind of, yeah, I guess I'll go to the festival too. Why not? One last hurrah with all of you before
Lovely.
heading back.
I just had the best idea for the Festival of Balance. Drexlin?
Yes.
Oh, this might be a rude. I'm sorry, this might be a rude question, but would it be possible for me to ride on your shoulders and be tall for the Festival of Balance?
That would be my honor.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you so much. I've never really wanted to be tall. I've been happy with how I am, but maybe in the Festival of Balance, I'll find out being tall is really amazing. So, yeah, I want to try this out.
It has its advantages. You can get the things on tall shelves.
But also drawbacks. Sometimes you hit head on beams.
Yeah, you have to duck sometimes to get into small
Back
doors.
hurts when you go to halfling homes because you have to stoop over.
That too, and beds generally don't fit well.
Yeah,
Yes, that.
Feet hangover, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yvonne whips the book out, starts writing the stuff down. He's just fascinated.
Nice.
Yeah, let's.
But he'll also do so from his perch up on top of Drexen's shoulder. He probably fits on one shoulder, to be totally honest. He's not that big, so.
Yeah, he'll perch him up on.
You said you. Oh, seeing above the crowds. Wow, that's. I wish I could do that. Well, shall we walk?
Do whatever you
Unless you have other means, I would fly if I could, but
No,
walking
I
is
don't. I don't fly, but that'd be cool though, right? Okay, yeah. Let's.
That has its moments.
Let's start.
If we separate during this festival, is there a place where we should all gather back together at the end of the night?
The
Aside
end?
from the end.
That spot right there. Can you see that spot?
By the
wait.
fountain.
You can't. Oh, can you see the
No?
fountain?
You can't see the
Can you
fountain
see?
yet.
Can you see the
Can I?
statue behind the fountain?
Not yet.
No. I can
Oh,
see
sorry.
none of that.
It's really nice being up here. I should tell you.
Yeah, Yvonne, surprisingly, you can see a pretty good view away, and you can see kind of the crowds kind of like ahead, there close to the estate. You can see the lights and the, there seems to be like a huge ship that's all lit up there, which probably y'all can see too. That the cells are all out. It seems to be completely lit up with these kind of different colored lights. Should we meet at the ship?
Yeah, I think there's a staging area where the boats arrive for the palace. So I think that would be and that'll take us back to the trader in chief.
Great.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah, more people kind of pass by you, kind of lively and talking amongst themselves as they move towards. You will get quite a few waves back, Yvonne. Oh. And
Is it bad to say Yvonne's on top of the world right now? Like, is that just a bridge too far?
Nice.
Apparently, Graham, because it's the city of bridges and canals. I will say, without y'all rolling a perception check, that since it is getting darker and you see, you have all these people kind of passing you, you do definitely kind of notice that, whereas before when you would walk around the daytime, that like you would get the looks of like being outsiders in the city, that it's kind of nice to like be able to walk around and not get those looks, because it's a little bit darker over here. You don't have, because you're a few blocks away still and having to walk because of like roads were, the canals were blocked off closer. So it's a little bit darker, and so it's kind of nice to be able to kind of pass through. Although you kind of figure once you get closer to the festival, there'll be more lighting. So yeah, it's probably like probably 15-ish minute walk, probably close to 20. You pass by boats, and your I was gonna say your Uber driver, your boat taxi driver wasn't kidding about the spaces being filled. It was completely filled up. But you see all kinds of like smaller boats, like the taxi boats. You see bigger boats, more kind of like even a couple that look like maybe houseboats. And as you get closer and closer, the lights just continue to become brighter and brighter as I try to pull up this here. Yeah, and you're kind of like walking by this like larger canal, and as you keep walking and get closer, the estate comes into full view with those tall pillars of glass and metal, kind of reaching up to the sky in different areas, almost not really in the shape of like a flower, but just the way that the tops of them kind of like turn and point towards each other. It kind of reminds you of like a flower in bloom. Yeah, and as you get there, and you cross that last bridge to get into that kind of middle circle where the estate is, you see this kind of large platform with these two large, and I would say you could probably tell that they were two large stone seats there on this platform leading closer, like right there, leading to the estate. But those have been covered with like food and desserts. There are tables set out for people to sit at, along with other food as well. Lights lighting up the area. You have that huge boat that's all lit up. You have lanterns strung up everywhere, under different colored tents. You have a few different kind of areas. You have people playing games in this kind of one area, dice games, card games, some like ring toss. There are also it seems to be some sign-up sheets for like this like community-wide like tug of war, and you'll see this huge giant rope kind of on the floor there. You'll also see a staged area that hasn't been filled up yet, but it looks like people are signing up, and it has a sign that says like talent show. And you'll see a big huge banner with like all these lanterns saying Festival of Balance. But it looks like, if you could guess how many people are in this city, in this demi-plane, I guess probably at least half of them are here. It's quite busy, quite crowded. But everyone seems to be pretty joyous. And people seem to be so distracted and kind of focused on other things that you also don't feel as watched as you do in as you have before walking around the city. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go around and just try and stop at stalls and see, mostly just for the social bit, not really shopping or anything, just making minor purchases, some food, asking about the festival, not doing anything really investigatory, just trying to, not even in the spirit of the festival, because I'm still just being loquacious and going about.
Okay.
But I'll keep pace with everyone else. I'll try not to separate.
Okay. All right. Yeah, there are all kinds of food vendors, all kinds of little like shopping stalls. that sell both food and items. You also see like looks like someone with almost like a paper lantern stall with some like gas to it that helps it. So almost like people are kind of like carrying them around like almost like helium balloons or something. Yeah. So anything in particular that you're wanting to kind of listen for or kind of pay attention to, Dakos, as you're going around?
No, I'm just fucking about. That's
Okay.
literally it. I'll get balloons for everyone though.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And
Just
nothing,
go ahead.
Nothing helpful. Just
Okay. Yeah.
just a
Absolutely.
balloon.
So go ahead and take a gold out of your pocket. And the yeah. So each of you will have Dakos will. I mean, he can do what he wants, but they're just these kind of like paper lanterns that have these little like inside.
Look what I found! I got one for each of us. No, you don't have to accept it, of course. My feelings won't be hurt, but they just seem so delightful and handy. And, you know, for the light.
Did you get one for Gujek, who's still kind of with you?
Yeah, I'll get one for them.
Okay, all right.
They'll be last, though. They'll be
Oh,
last. I'll go
yeah.
around everyone else.
Just kind of like watching
oh,
everyone.
look at that.
And
There's an extra. There you go.
oh, thank you. Oh, thanks. He'll kind of like tie it to his waist.
Oh. Delightful. Quite the festival. Do you all have anything you wish to do? And what should we do during this festival? I've just been chatting about, but
Yodvarg is going. I guess I don't have to speak in the character voice. Yodvarg is going to see if he can find like the tiniest little fork and knife he can, like very dainty looking small things, and like a little like, napkin ascot type thing. And he's gonna go take samples of all the food. Eat it very carefully. Like I
Oh,
said.
Look, not everything that's
Tiny
small
bite.
is dainty here. Okay, come on.
This is
Sure.
the opposite of Yo. This is
Oh.
supposed to be not
Sure.
himself.
Yeah. Make
amazing.
as you're trying to find those little like forks. I would say that you'll be able to find them. There's some little like appetizer forks and stuff that you know they have stuck in things, little wooden skewers that you can get, and you can find a small little napkin, and yeah, all kinds of different types of food here. So
Yeah, that's all he's looking to do right now. But he will invite anybody who wants to come along with him and sample all of the different foods. And he'll say before he goes, "This is best way to learn a new place is to try the foods there. There's always a story to them, and the people who make them have so much passion and history for it. You can learn a lot from eating the food."
yeah, a lot of fresh
Oxygen.
vegetables, a lot of
Yeah.
fresh fruit. A lot of things made with the vegetables and fruit is, you know, not some meat, but not a ton. A lot of fish is probably the biggest meat source there. And you'll find some other different things too, like deer and that sort of thing.
You're right, these fish tacos are divine for this little stall over here shaped like a cart. Oh, they're selling it from the cart. Yes, it's a food cart.
You can absolutely find food carts here. And as you're walking around, you'll hear, "Oh, hey!" And you turn, and it's the Farron from the from episode 1 that you kind of popped into his garden in his sheep pen. The fur ball with the flowers and kind of, you know, greenish skin, furry skin,
Oh,
kind of loose fitting clothing.
Was her name Teferin?
Yeah.
Teferin! Look at me, I'm tall!
Whoa, that's awesome.
I hope
So
you did
cool.
not get in too much trouble with the bees.
He'll kind of
We are
give like a
sorry.
high five to Yavani. Yeah. Oh, the bees.
I have to reach down.
I've kind of haven't talked to them. I've kind of they came by and I kind of hid. Just let them kind of yell at the sheep for a bit. They might be here today. I really hope not, but they might be here today. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. Whew. I don't want to deal with them. So man, y'all are looking great. How have you found Amikir?
is how you say hit and miss. There are very nice people here, but also very strange things and weird obsession with birds. And I say that as man who worships a bird. So take that for what it is worth.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's good to see y'all. Hopefully you enjoy the food and the drink and the festival. Man, I know that you're supposed to, I don't know, this is about balance, right? I don't know. I'm not really good with like rules, So like,
So you're gonna follow the rules tonight?
oh man, you caught me. I don't know what I would do. I guess maybe I could get rid of the flowers. Maybe act all serious.
Maybe change the flowers for something else. Maybe butterflies? No, that doesn't make sense. Decos, is there anything that people are selling that Teferen can put in her hair?
Well, there's quite a few ribbons. I saw. There's a lovely. I purchased one, but I seem to have dropped it. It's a beautiful. It was actually, this akin to a butterfly. I think that was an artistic license taken. But it was a piece that sort of clipped into the hair and had this beautiful, splotchy colored, roughly in the shape of a butterfly. There are 3 stalls down that way.
Oh, maybe I should go and get that.
Banner.
I mean, the butterfly seems like though it's a little bit close to the flowers, right?
Really?
But it's a balance of animals against plants, maybe?
You know what? Wait a minute. Give me 1 second. He'll kind of disappear into the crowd towards the tables of food, and be back in about 5 minutes with like the flowers all taken out, and except for one kind of hanging back from the back of his, the back of the hair. But he'll have taken fish and kind of put into the hair and one behind his ear, and put a couple in his pockets.
I like it.
Yeah? You like it?
It suits you. I'll certainly say that.
It is very daring
Awesome.
look. I like it a lot.
Thank you. I kind of like this. I mean,
Also,
I
I
don't
think
like it, but I'm also going to talk. I need to become very serious tonight, right? Very serious. I'm not sure I like this, but I will wear it because it is expected of me.
Because you honor the Festival of Balance. You're teaching us so much about the Festival of Balance.
Let me go and talk with these elegant people over here. I will catch you later in the party.
Oh, don't forget to walk backwards.
Right.
No, that's just
Turn
dangerous,
around
Decos.
and we'll
That's
start
just
like
dangerous.
walking backwards. Like he'll start to wave like just nod and just like walk backwards into the crowd.
Moonwalking and
One fish like falling off onto the the cobblestone.
So it kind of strikes me that this festival of balance is very similar to the way that some religions work. People find ways to justify a lot of things and maybe explain things, and there seems to be a lot of like almost faith as well. People really believe in kind of what they're doing, and I'm wondering if this high amount of faith in this area is kind of affecting the probabilities of things. So I'm gonna go maybe check out the card games and dice games. Take a few notes.
Yeah.
Could be profit to be made.
I am so conflicted right now. I want to honor the festival by not playing dice games, because that is what I would do. But I also want to play dice games because that is what I would do.
Yeah.
Lev, you must go on without me.
I'll report back with all my spoils.
Please do not.
Wait,
Okay.
maybe you shouldn't. If you normally would. Maybe you can't tell us the stories of what happened. Maybe you can't take notes.
Oh dear.
Drexel will give Lev 50 gold and see what you can make of this.
Nice.
Sounds
Good
great.
one, Drex.
And Drexel's going to go and ask about the tug of war.
Okay. Yeah, there's a city guard standing there. You here to sign up? And kind of motions towards a pedestal with like a sign-up sheet. There's about 38 names on there right now.
Well, I just want
huge, like braided rope there as well.
Is it? How does this work? Is it teams? Is it individual? Is it?
We'll split you up onto teams once, we get everyone signed up. The game starts. We'll split everyone onto 2 different teams, and there we go. If we have leftovers, then we'll have like 2 teams go. Whoever wins that one will go against the other one. Usually we do like 30 people per 30 people.
Oh.
It's a big rope.
Okay.
Big rope.
Okay. All right.
Kind of a team building thing,
So I guess maybe the idea of the Festival of Balance is put aside for the tug of war, and he's sort of like, in a way of sort of like alluding to his Drexlin's large stature, is like, am I supposed to be weak, or am I supposed to?
No, this is just a fun game. You don't have to be weak or whatever. Just be your, for this one game, be yourself, I guess. What you want to be.
Okay, Yvonne, you up for this?
Oh, hey.
Can I stay up here while we do it? Wait, that probably doesn't.
I think it would bode to our favor if you did.
Excellent.
If you stay on
Yes,
your
we're
seat,
in.
Let's do this. I'm excited.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
I've never done this before.
here you go. Kind of motion towards a quill and the sign-up paper.
Okay, I will sign up and put Yvonne's and my name on the list, and I'll as we go around, as we hook up with the others, I'll each ask of them if they want to join in the contest.
I will tug this war. Yes.
All right.
Ooh.
The more
Lovely.
hands, the merrier.
Ooh. I'm there. This is
Okay.
tug of war.
Yeah.
I'm useless, but I'm there.
Gujek will sign up. I'm sure
Great. We're
Zenith
getting a
will
team
too.
together.
Ooh.
Well, part of a team, yeah. I think Zenith would probably be like trying to smile the entire time, since anyone asked, she'll be like, Festival of Balance. I thought,
Ah, I see.
Maybe even if nobody asks, she'd still be explaining.
yeah. So Lev, going over to check out the games. You'd find some, actually. There are even there are kids at this festival as well. So you'll find some of them like doing marble tournaments and little signups for that. But inside of a tent, you'll have card games inside the tent. You also have an area for the Philosopher's Game. And for also an area for like things like knuckle bones and that sort of thing. And then you'll also notice kind of in the same area, there's an archery area as well for people to kind of try out archery.
Cool, yeah. Lev is actually just interested about, first of all, the rules. Like, have they like flipped the numbers or things like that, just in spirit of the festival. And then also, he's basically counting cards the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
They'll explain that there's really no difference as far as the game is played, just because it would make things too confusing if it was and just be chaos. You just have like city guards running this thing, so there are a couple of civilians running it as well, but it's mostly the city guards. And so they're just like no nonsense, like just play. You will notice, like, if you look around the table, some people are being, you'll have people being like overly loud and like obnoxious, like just because they're playing the part of being something different than they are. And so they'll be like, oh, and like laughing a little too loud because they're playing a part. Counting cards. So you have kind of people going against like one-on-one, and then you also have like tables full. Is there one that you'd want to go towards over the other?
The table games.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so you'll have about 4 other people there at the table with you. And you are counting cards. Does Love have experience with counting cards?
Historically, no.
Okay. All right. Why don't well, first roll a d20 for me.
You got it.
Actually, what am I doing here? All right, and what did you roll?
I got a 13.
Okay. All right. All right. So I'd say in your first game, trying to think, what would you roll for? It wouldn't be, maybe sleight of hand for card counting. Let's see.
Sure.
Yeah, go and roll a sleight of hand check for me until I find something different.
Not much better. 14.
Okay. All right. I would say that you're able to, you're playing against some pretty good people here at this table. It does seem that you are a little bit successful in your card counting, and you're able to kind of have the upper hand a couple of times during the game. But you have someone that seems extremely good there at the table. Who wins?
Yeah. Does it seem like probability here has been affected at all? Or does it seem like
why don't you make an insight check just on the general kind of atmosphere or the game?
I'm getting 3 numbers in a row. This time it's 15.
15. Okay. You are able to sense kind of with your experience with like luck and things, that you are able to kind of sense this almost like spark in the atmosphere that could probably affect chances and that sort of thing. It seems to be if you believe like in like a god or goddess or deity of luck, they seem to be pretty prevalent here in this festival. So it does seem like the probabilities are a little more in favor of things.
Sounds
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else here that you want to check out, Lev, at the game area?
Oh man, I feel like I have to try to win back some of Drexlen's money, so I'm gonna maybe hit the dice tables.
Okay. All right. Hit the dice tables. Are you looking for a single opponent or another group of like 3 people?
Yeah, let's go for a group.
Okay. All right. If you wouldn't mind rolling a d20 for me?
You got it. That's a 9.
Okay. You know, it's a very interesting game, Lev. There are times where you think, oh, I'm not doing good at all. But you actually come out on top and win about, let's see, we'll say at the last game you lost about 20 gold and you would win that back here.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Sounds good. Love's just been taking notes this whole time.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yo, is there anything that Joel wants to get up to?
Yo was joining tug of war.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So the game hasn't started yet. They were just signing up. The guard would say probably about probably like 20 minutes. They'll get the game going.
Yeah, I think in the meantime, Yo would be doing what he was saying, just going around to each stall and eating very daintily. And even though he's supposed to be opposite, he still wouldn't be able to help himself from just like being very conversational and kind of boisterous with the people serving the food and like asking where everything's from and like how they make it.
Absolutely, yeah. You'll get a lot of answers of like that most of the stuff comes from either the forest, and that's usually the meat items, or some of the fish items come from the canal, or most of the fish items would come from the canal, actually, all of it. And any of the plants come from the gardens and the fields on the outer ring of the city. So some people will, if you ask a couple of stalls, would say that they have like a house in town, and they keep a small garden on the outer ring, and just work there. And you'll run into a couple people who live on the outer ring, and take care of a larger garden that takes more of their time. So, and I'd say you also probably would come across a couple of furbolgs, which you'd probably assume. Would be the Farron's parents. Very similar kind of look to them.
Oh, yeah. Yo would definitely strike up conversation with them.
Yeah.
And also, out of character, can you remind me? I remember Clefairan told us about some other group of furbolgs who lived in the forest, right? Or am I misremembering this?
I don't.
This was the previous campaign.
That's what I thought. That's what I was thinking. Yes.
Wires crossed.
Okay.
That's okay. That's all right. I was like, I don't think so. But
Different furbolgs, different forests.
sometimes I don't. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, Yo would strike up conversation with them and essentially just say that, you know, I have met your progeny Clefairan.
Oh yes.
Very, very kind furbolg. You should be proud. And also, your food is delicious.
Oh well, this is the mother. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Yes, the Varan is quite a joy. Quite a joy. Does an excellent job taking care of the sheep, and we're very, and the what you assume is the father, but very proud of him.
I have not seen, well, actually, I guess out of character, have I seen many furbolgs here in the city?
Not a ton. I mean, amongst the city dwellers, there's a pretty good portion, like there's a pretty good balance of like different races. You've maybe seen a few others, but not more than, say, probably 10.
Where I come from, the furbolgs, your people, they tend to live outside of these cities, in their own communities. Is there a larger group of furbolgs here on this plane?
Oh, Father wrote, no, we just volunteered to come here, and for the excitement, for the adventure, and here we are. It's been quite the adventure, and we're well taken care of. People in the city treat us fairly, so we have no. I came from a clan myself. Sometimes, sure, I miss being part of that, but I don't know. I mean, I guess I look at it that it doesn't really matter what a person looks like if they're part of your clan, right?
It is a very, very open way of looking at things. I feel same about it. I think in this place there are many there are many things that are strange, but that is one of the things that is very appealing of this city. Everybody seems to get along with each other.
We definitely try. Please, and he'll give you like a little bit of fruit and vegetables and for the conversation.
Oh, you are too kind. But I will not say no.
Wouldn't expect you to. Enjoy the festival.
And you as well. Oh, wait, goodbye.
Okay. And also, you would also come across a stall that was, and if anyone else went around the stalls, you'd also see a stall selling honey and other, like,
No.
what?
No.
What do you mean? A stall selling honey that is ran by two tieflings.
No.
One blue-skinned and and one has kind of this kind of almost magenta pink skin. That seem to be running this stall.
Oh yeah, we'll go over and just.
Okay, all right.
Hello, I see you are
Oh.
having honey here.
Yes, honey grown right out of our insect garden.
Oh, very nice local honey. May I try some?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And they'll present you with a little sample to try.
Are you Jules and Cernan?
You list on Cernan, yes.
Oh, yeah. You remember them, don't you, Joe?
We have met their bees. Hello.
They will kind of like glance at each other and hi, I'm sorry, we don't remember seeing you on the farm, and I think, since you're obviously new, I don't think that's news to you. Did you stop by when we weren't open?
Oh, no. Your bees came to greet us, I think, in a manner of speaking. We were over, I don't know where, we are new here. But your bees came and, beat at us aggressively. And, we beat back at them more aggressively. And then left. You must have seen some of your bees missing, yes?
The two of them will become suddenly very kind of like quiet and just kind of like readjust themselves. And the magenta-skinned presenting female one would be like kind of almost like take a step forward towards you. There's a stall in between the two of you, but almost like take a step forward and just kind of like roll her shoulder. And Cernan will kind of he looks up. It's kind of put a hand on her back. This is Cernan speaking. I'm sorry that our bees caused you harm.
Oh, they did not. We caused them harm, but they intended to cause us harm.
Got it. Ulesta will just kind of stop and just kind of look at Cernan.
Did you train them to do that?
Her back.
Are they attack
to
bees?
y'all. Cernan will kind of speak over Ulysses' shoulder. No, they're not attack bees. They just accidentally got out of the enclosure, and may not have hurt anyone.
That's like the 8th
Accidentally?
time that happened too.
Yulista would turn around and be like, yeah, they wouldn't have hurt anyone if you would have just let them be.
Let them be.
No smile.
This is the wrong time for him.
Cernan will smirk, but Yolista will absolutely not. I think if you would have just let them go about the business, that they would have came back. You said that they weren't hurting you, so why did you attack them?
That's not what he said.
They intended. They were swarming very angrily. They were hurting wildlife and making it panic and run away. And...
Right, hurting the sheep over in the other enclosure. Yeah, we know. We know that that's where that they die because we found their carcasses there. We went looking for them.
Yes,
it's
so
just
we
not,
were like, this seems wrong. The bees shouldn't hurt the sheeps. And we leapt to their aid. Heroically.
Maybe next time don't let your bees out.
Yulista is almost crying at this point, with her back turned to you. And Cern is like, tell me this, were you hired to do this by the furbolgs over there?
No, we just wanted to save the sheeps. We had not even met Furbolg at that point.
Can I ask a question? Did the sheep ever escape accidentally into your area and sting the bees?
Well, maybe if their son didn't wear all of that flowers and shit to bring them over there and plant that little garden.
Dress.
Maybe it wouldn't be a problem. Did you ever think that maybe the furbolgs were instigating the entire thing?
You are very good at these puns.
No smirk this time from Cernan.
Maybe you should.
Yulista's still crying. I think we're probably done with this conversation.
I apologize. I am making light. I understand you care for these bees very deeply. I also care for animals very deeply, but it is way of nature that sometimes when a creature attacks another creature, it will be killed in defense. I do not revel in it, but yeah. Either you keep them safe in their place, or they are in nature, where the rules of nature apply. That is how life is.
Well, it's a little hard to keep things safe whenever, a bear comes by and destroys your enclosure, and anyways, not your problem as newcomers to this place. Yes, I mean, have you not seen? Yulista just excuses herself at this point. Have you not seen the animals? There was the bear in the city the other day.
We saw that one very closely.
Do the guards not help with the bears?
Drawing the bears in? Wait.
This has been happening long before we arrived. Do not try to put this on us.
But how do I know when you arrived?
3 days. Because the first thing we did was kill your bees. That was literally our first 5 minutes here.
So, if what you're saying is true, which I don't really believe, you landed in a field in this demi-plane and just decided to kill bees because you thought that they were threatening a bunch of stupid sheep.
They were threatening the sheep. They were stinging them.
A lot of things threaten sheep. They're kind of stupid.
I would have killed the bear if it was threatening the sheep too.
Bears are stupid too, so that'd been fine. Bees, wasps, on the other hand, any insects are a lot smarter than any of these stupid animals. But no one wants to listen to me. What do we know? We've just raised them our entire lives.
I'm listening to you right now.
Right. 3 days ago, huh? You arrived here 3 days ago.
I'm pretty sure out of character, was it 3 days ago?
I think so.
I thought
yeah.
it was yesterday.
It was yesterday or
I missed the
We've
session.
only slept once, haven't we?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
we've only slept once, so it was just
Right,
yesterday.
tonight was-
Yesterday.
Okay.
That's what Yo would have said. He wouldn't
Okay,
lie.
okay, I realized that. So you just arrived here yesterday.
Why would I lie about that, but admit to killing your bees?
I'm gonna. Okay.
Do other people kill your bees?
He kind of like looks you both, anyone at the stall, up and down, and just kind of like studying you almost. I think I should probably ask you to move along.
I'm not trying to be hostile to you, but I understand. Please enjoy the rest of your festival. I apologize for your bees, and we bear them no ill will.
He's already getting out a notebook and starting to write stuff down. Uh-huh. Have a good one. Enjoy the festival.
Yeah, we'll leave. But as they go, Yo will turn to Yvonne and say, "What a strange person. You can't have free-range bees. That is very irresponsible."
Giovanni's rubbernecking to watch them from his perch on top of Dexlin.
Nice.
You would see Eulista kind of come back to the stall and just be completely enraged and talking to and talking to Cernan, who's trying to calm her down. And, will kind of show her the notebook that he was writing in. And then they'll both turn towards you and the people, and Yo.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of like go back to the notebook and start talking amongst each other.
Nothing bad will come of this.
We've already pissed off the city guard. Like, how much worse can it really get?
I just don't understand why. If they are going to raise animals, they have to understand how animals work. If you let them out and they cause ruckus, they will get hurt. If not us, maybe a bear would have harmed them.
It seemed like they were very quick to absolve themselves of personal responsibility. The bees escaped by accident, but then everything that happened after that wasn't caused by the accident. It just seems irresponsible. And I agree with you. You have to anticipate that nature is going to act as nature does.
Exactly. That is all I mean. And when you raise animals, you understand sometimes they will die. Death is part of life. It is not always something that is welcome, but
I think, to be honest, that we've stepped in the middle of something between them and the Farron, and I think because we acted on the side of the Furball, that they were just going to hate us, maybe.
I think you
know,
there.
I mean, blaming the escape of the bees on, well, the Furball wears flowers. Like, come on.
That is victim blame.
Wait till they see the fish. Maybe there's a reconciliation in the future. Maybe they'll see the Farron with the fish, and they'll turn over a new leaf, and everybody will be friends. Maybe we've helped make friends today at the Festival of Balance.
Yes, maybe friendship will bud, right? Like flower,
and things will go swimmingly.
Oh God!
I'm not as good as they were at the bee ponds. We'll work on it.
Drax will be like, I think you two just need to let it be.
You are good as well.
It is the Festival of Balance.
But yeah, they'll make their way back to Tug of War, I think.
Okay. Dakos, anything for you during this time while you're waiting for
No,
the
just
Tug of War to
monitoring
start?
and watching all that from the shadows.
Nice. Nice.
Hand on dagger just in case.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, Dakos, I would say that you probably will see kind of lurking in the shadows as well, the Whisper.
Oh, okay.
As you're just kind of looking around. She's kind of on the other side of like the area from you. So probably about 30 feet away, just kind of like she'll kind of emerge out from between two stalls and just kind of look around, hood on, hood drawn up. I'd say that she would have like a big flower kind of like sticking out from under the hood, like it's behind her ear.
Oh, how cute.
And
We make eye contact. I'll just, if she looks my way, I'll let
Yeah.
myself be seen a little bit. And just,
Okay, yeah, she'll look your way. I'm just kind of, do you do that or do you do the nod?
I'll do like a.
Okay. She'll just kind of like look and just kind of like nod and probably like turn and like go in between two other stalls. Yeah. So yeah, I would say that around this time, you'll hear the announcement for the tug of war to start. So anyone who signed up to come over to the sign-up sheet so they can form the teams. Let me see how many people we got. Okay. That is 14, 25, 40. Wow. Okay, like 58 people signed up. Close to 60. So I would say that, yeah, they're able to divide it up just into 2 teams of 30 each, around that. I would say if y'all scramble, you can all be on the same team, or you can be on the opposite team if you wish.
Same team. For
Same
me,
team.
I'm shooting
Okay.
for.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, why don't...
Before we start the contest,
Yes.
Drexel will talk to Yvonne and say, listen, you have the most important job.
Go
I've
on.
been in some of these, and at some point, it always happens that the other side, on each side actually, has to take ever so brief respite from pulling so hard. Your job is to look for that and let us know when it happens.
Okay, I can do this.
Okay, we'll just try to maintain and not spend ourselves too much, and just maintain the rope where it is until you can see them take their break, and let us know when they take their break.
Okay.
Great.
Giovanni sits up straighter and starts to do this, even though it's like not even time yet.
Okay. All right. All right. So, what am I doing? Okay, that's fine.
Good question.
Good question. Okay. So they would split. I would say that there will be 2 or 3 people that y'all would notice will see that you're all on their team and probably switch over to the other team.
Nice.
One of them starts to leave after a couple of them do, and the guard will be like, no, you have to stay. Like, and you'll see kind of like a conversation going between the citizen and the guard. And they'll finally like come back to the team and just kind of like look at you and just kind of like go back to the line of like starting to pull the rope and getting in position. You'll get a couple of looks, but not a ton. People seem to be, the rest seem to be pretty focused on the game and what they're doing. So if everyone can make an athletics roll for me, please.
Okay.
Did we do any inspiration in case it comes in handy here for the night?
Oh yeah, we haven't rolled for that yet.
Oh yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and take a second to roll for inspiration to see who gets that.
Just in case
And
it comes in handy.
I'll go around and ask you here in a second rather than putting it in chat.
Oh, okay.
All right. Love, what did you roll for inspiration tonight?
Oh,
D20, sir. D20.
Mhm.
I usually forget, I think. 2? Okay. Draxlin, what did you roll?
15.
Okay. And Giovanni?
11.
Okay. Dakos?
11.
And Yo.
Natural 1 for a total of 8.
Total of
I'm gonna
8.
just say that Yo wasn't listening when they said not to act opposite during tug of war.
Oh,
and so,
okay.
oh no, I have fallen.
Oh no, that was the inspiration roll.
I'm
That was the
weak.
inspiration roll.
Oh yeah, that was
Oh.
the inspiration
Oh,
roll. So
okay.
it's a D20. So you rolled a 1 though, right?
I rolled a 1.
Okay. And Lev, you said you rolled a 2? Okay.
That's right.
You actually got it because it was the 4 that I rolled. So
Oh,
There
you
you
have
go.
inspiration, Lev, for the night. That's it. What level? Or is that a D10 now? Or is that still a D6? Is that a D10 now,
Level
Dan, with
5.
their level? Or
yeah, I think.
Okay.
No, what are
No.
we level?
is it D6?
5?
5.
It'd just be a D6. Yeah.
Okay, so a
Let me check. I
D6.
think
Yeah.
it's right here in front of me. Let's see. No, I'm not, because I'm not a bard of this one.
What?
I'm just looking to see. It travels with bard at that level, so. Inspiration would be. Inspiration. Here it is.
So Wild
Um,
Katie.
Oh, nice. All right, D8 at 5th level, so it's a D8.
D8.
Okay.
Okay. I thought it was something higher than a D6. Thank you, Dan, for looking that up.
Mhm. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so yeah, D6. Love. D8, I mean. Sorry, D8. All right, so everyone roll athletics check for me, please, and I'll go around and ask what you got. I'm gonna roll for
Ooh.
Zenith since she is helping. Ouch. Jesus. All right. Let me pull up her stats here. There she is. Hopefully she's still there. Yeah, there she is. Okay, so that's a 5. All right. Lev, what did you get for athletics?
Oh, am I participating?
Oh, are you not
Uh,
participating?
It's up to you.
I can participate. Sure.
Okay.
Let me roll.
I mean, you don't have to.
3.
Okay. So let me just get my pen out here because I'm gonna have to do math here. Drexlin, what did you get?
Natural 20 for 24.
Woo! I love it. Giovanni, what did you roll?
I don't actually have a rope in my hands. I'm sitting on Drex's shoulder watching the other side.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Okay.
Oh, so you're doing that cool thing.
Yeah, I'll have you roll for that here in a second because we'll have like 3 different rounds for this.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Dakos, what did you roll for athletics?
11.
11. And are you there, Yo, for your athletics check?
He said he got it.
24.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
sorry,
got it.
thanks,
20?
24.
24.
For him.
Okay, sorry. Let me bring up chat here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Zenith just got a 4 after 5.
Ooh, that's key.
And then actually I need to take away one of these. Alright, so 20, 26, 30, 48, 58, 27, 38, 50, 62. Okay. Your team wins this round. It's one out of 3 to start with, unless you're,
Okay, it's a
1 out
good
of
start.
3.
How did it look like our citizen person did?
Oh, the
one
citizen that was
had to
helping
come
you?
back. Mm-hmm.
Oh, they did pretty poorly.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a little
Except
trouble.
us. Okay.
They had a little trouble, and then, but definitely kind of looked back when they kind of felt a couple of you kind of roll those like 20s and like be able to pull the weight.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of like a no thank you razor. I don't need that. A little bit of kind of resentment, kind of a little bit of snottiness still, kind of in their demeanor.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So roll another athletics check for me, please, as we go into round 2. Lev,
Sorry,
what did you-
check that we're rolling.
Yeah, just another athletics check. There's 3 rounds to the rope pulling.
We won the first one, though.
Yeah, we won the
Yep.
first one.
Yes. Probably thanks to you.
Lev, what did you roll for your athletics?
Hey, 14.
14. And Drexlin?
7.
7. Yvonne, would you roll a perception check for me, please?
Absolutely. $24.
Nice.
Okay. They still seem to be doing pretty well as far as their I was going to say vibe goes. As far as their demeanor goes, and how much like they seem to still have a lot of spirit in the opposite team, and still seem to be ready to go. Although there are a few people who look like they're getting tired. Oh,
Battle cam, yeah.
yep, fun.
Went to sleep?
Nope, it looks like that it's just reconnecting. Probably the Wi-Fi flipped out for a second. All right. Dakos, did you give me your number? No. What was your number,
Nope.
Dakos?
10.
10. And what did you roll for your athletics check, Joe?
I believe I got 13.
13. Let me roll for 14. Oh, well, hello. You did it on your own. So that's
Nice.
18 for Zenith.
Nice. Way to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zenith.
So 17, 22,
Did our person do any better this round? Our citizen?
48. I can answer that in just a second.
Oh,
I'm mathing, Dan.
understood.
21, 31.
It's a good idea. We'll heckle them.
44. Okay. Y'all won this round as well. And
Nice.
they actually got a little the citizen that you're watching, Dakos.
Yeah.
They seem to be a little fueled by their determination to do better than y'all. And really just put all of it in this time. And in fact, will kind of look over their shoulder after they're done and just kind of like,
Miss Piggy us? Okay.
yeah.
Yo does not pick up on that at all. He thinks they're just excited to be winning together, and he gives them a thumbs up.
Aw, so sweet. So sweet. All right. Okay. So everyone roll one more athletics check for me, just for this other round, just in case. But y'all have one too. So it's pretty in the bag, you would think. And let me take a look at our cameras because I'm sure that they're.
No, since there's 3 rounds. Yeah.
Oh no, they're not. Okay.
This is like the pity round.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the pity round.
Yeah. You can't win at this point.
All right. So, wow. Zenith is rocking it.
Nice.
Zenith rolled a 20, or got a 24 total. Lev, what did you roll?
Love rolled a 16.
Nice.
And
Nice.
Drexlin?
9.
9. And rolled that perception check for me again, Yvonne.
$10.
Okay. All right. You find yourself getting distracted, but it is pretty easy to tell that they're losing all hope in humanity right now. Like, you have a couple people just sitting out, not helping.
You
And
misunderstood something.
and a few people who are just kind of like, going through the motions. So, and let's see here. That was 3. Dakos, what did you roll?
Oh, my hand slipped. I lost the rope. I got a 0. I
Oh.
rolled a 1. I've got -1. I just
And
fell
what was
back
your
on my
third?
ass.
What was your athletics check, Joe?
18.
All right, 18. Wonderful. In fact, I'm going to. 2, 5, Oh yeah, y'all won. All right, and the guard announcing the winners is like, this team, and we'll kind of like look over the group and see y'all in the group, you know, and just kind of for a moment like, oh, the winner. And like the few, you know, the other 20 some people who are in your group as well will like cheer. A couple of them will kind of turn and like want to high five you.
Throw some high fives out.
Yeah. You also get a couple people. The guy from before is definitely like, oh, he did really good this round too. So he's like, he'll kind of like look and just kind of like, and just kind of turn and, you know, very haughty. Yeah.
I was gonna try to high five him.
Totally goes over.
Drexel will announce drinks for the winning team.
Aww. Yeah. Which is, I mean, there's free drinks, so.
Not well. He did know that. Well.
Right. I will say for your sake that there are probably some more fancy drinks that
like
will
top
cost
shelf stuff,
will cost a little bit. So you can definitely, you know, if you want to take like 5 gold out to cover. And also anyone who went around and like taste, you know, like went to stalls to like you know, get food and stuff, just take a couple of gold out for that. I will say that once y'all are done and you're celebrating, Draxlin goes around and, you know, starts like going to like, there's a bar area that has like the fancier drinks, you know, behind the counter with a few, you know, nicely dressed bartenders. And you start kind of like standing there and getting a tab open. You know, and you have one team that's celebrating and the other team's just kind of like, oh, whatever. Like it, you know, will probably like saunter over to the gambling games to like try and find some quick, you know, some joy there. As all that happens, you hear, well, not you hear, but you feel this kind of like hush settle over the festival attendees. And as I mentioned that, you know, you have the festival kind of right here in this kind of large area, you know, kind of in between the estate and the canal, that, you know, and towards the estate, you have that kind of large concrete, almost like a stage of sorts, with the 2 large stone thrones, large chairs that are kind of covered with desserts and food right now and seem to be almost being disguised. In between those 2 seats walks a seeming female with about 8 guards following behind her in almost like a formation, with white hair that kind of goes a little bit below the shoulders, kind of like flipped over to one side, dressed in this almost very like plain kind of, but very nice fabric of like a white shirt, white button-up shirt. It's kind of rolled up at the sleeves, and black slacks with these kind of like knee-high leather boots. Walking in, not really smiling, but just kind of walking ahead and walking towards the crowd. And she'll stop at the edge of the platform. And one of the guards will kind of step forward beside her. Lady Amakir. And you'll see a few people kind of start bowing, and the rest of the crowd bows to her. And that's where we'll call our break. So, right. We take a 10-minute bio break for viewers and for players. So, for those watching, stay tuned. Go and grab a snack yourselves if you want to. And we will be right back in about 10 minutes. All right. See ya. Mics are hot.
If Drexlin bows, Yavani is going to faceplant.
Oh. Oh, that's true. That's true, because you're still on top
Yeah.
of Drexlin's shoulders.
Yeah.
I love it.
Did my Zoom reset? While I was away?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe
Maybe
Steph. I don't know if Steph. I don't know.
yeah, she's
I don't know.
overstepping.
Are you blaming Steph? Not
Wait,
Steph's
what?
fault.
No.
Wait, what?
I was asking if my Zoom reset while I was away. The window was small and my Twitch thing was out, so I thought the internet might have.
Yeah, it
Yeah?
looks like that it reset because,
Okay.
like,
Sorry about that, Dad. I had a
It's okay.
brownout in the house, but I thought
What?
it was quick enough.
you poor
Yeah, I had a
thing.
little brownout in the house, yeah.
Your
But it was so quick.
your house should get its nose out of other people's business.
The roll for every house.
I don't know what you mean, Warren. Goodness. I'm eating salt and vinegar flavored pork rinds.
Ooh.
Oh gosh, salt and vinegar pork rinds. I don't think I've ever had those.
Dollar Tree, man. Well, I'm sorry.
Nice.
The $1.25 tree.
Yeah. Gotta change all their signs.
Also just doesn't have the same ring. It's like
Buck and a quarter. Dollar Tree is now $1.25.
Although I do like Jolly Generals too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not quite as cheap, but whatever Dan's eating is looking more substantial than pork rinds. But
Other chocolate waffles with some butter and syrup.
what?
No. Waffles with some chocolate chips in them.
That sounds so good.
Pretty tasty. Forgot I had them.
Oh god.
Really well pork rinds.
You have to get more tomorrow, I guess.
Alas, poor.
Alas,
Pork rinds.
I must leave the house
I knew them well.
to get more pork rinds.
Pork rinds of infinite jest.
They're super good. I mean, it's basically just pork rinds with just a ton of like salt and vinegar seasoning on it. But what can you do?
Yum.
Take blood pressure medicine. That's what you
So good. So good.
Right?
I'm honestly not sure I've seen a pork rind in my life. I just
Oh,
don't
I
know
should
what
have.
they
I should have saved one to show. I should have held one up to the camera for you.
I'll live with the disappointment.
I love pork rinds. I don't eat them a lot, but every once in a while I get the hankering for a good bag of pork rinds. I am sorry if there's any vegans listening in the chat. I apologize.
I apologize.
You're better off. We'll say it. We'll put it that way. Alright, I need to get some water and I'll be ready to go. Okay.
These pork rinds are making me thirsty.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did they make you thirsty?
It's salt, sodium. It's like half sodium. All right, ready to go back to where people can see our beautiful faces and Dan's mess of it. Oh, you okay? All right, you got it. Stop. In 3, 2, 1. Oh wait, nope. I'm sorry, I messed up again. Now we're live. Oh, but everything's messed up now, so y'all stall. There we go. Okay. Excellent.
How about that game last night?
Hey,
A game of tug of war. No sports.
Dacos. And bottom.
I mean, we're in
let's see.
summer. Are there any sports that have like seasons that go through summer?
Baseball.
yeah, I was gonna say
No.
Baseball, Dan.
Yeah.
That would be baseball.
Oh.
baseball.
I love it. I love
love
that
playing.
you
I just
no
don't really
idea.
like watching.
What's a summer sport? I don't know. Badminton? When's the badminton
Swimming?
finals? I want to play some professional badminton. Okay.
I'm sure there
all right.
is. Ugh.
When I was a quick thing, when I was like 12 and kids were standing up in class saying what they wanted to be. My entire life I'd said I wanted to be an artist, except for that year I was like, I want to be something different. And I stood up and I was like, I want to be a professional roller skater.
Heck yes.
Nice.
Had I
Like-
roller skated? How many times had I roller skated? Once.
Okay.
Nice.
It's like, I'm going to be a professional roller skater, y'all.
I
Okay.
can see you doing really well in roller derby.
Roll, yeah, those
Oh,
elbows.
yeah.
Yeah, you got those
Yeah.
elbows going.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think so.
And on TikTok. A lot of roller skating action on TikTok.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, too bad I'm horrible at it. Well, I'm better at it than ice skating. Anyways, let's get back to our game, shall we? Welcome back to the Penumbra Assembly. Glad to have you. Okay. All right. So we left off at the bio break with Lady Amakir. And, you know, Lady Amakir will kind of, you know, step forward. You know, everyone kind of bowed. And she'll be like, oh, please. And just kind of tell everyone to stand, you know, not to bow. All of you make a perception check for me, please.
Okay.
And I'll go around and ask what you got. If you're paying attention to Lady Amakir. If you don't think you would, nah. Lev, did you roll perception?
Yep, 11.
11. And Dakos, I mean, not Dakos, well, sure, Dakos, what did you roll?
7.
7. Draxlin, what did you roll?
That 20.
Wow, Draxlin is a nice.
Nice.
Yeah, D&D doing me good.
Yvonne, would you be looking at Lady Amakir?
Definitely 22.
Okay. And Joel, what did Joel roll?
A measly 20.
A measly 20. Okay.
Yeah,
so
all
y'all-
eyes are on her.
Joel, Draxlin, and Yvonne. You can notice that as she kind of tells everyone to rise to their feet, you know, as I said, there's really no, like, smile on her face. She's not frowning or, like, doesn't seem angry. Just a very kind of, like, even-keeled expression. And her eyes are a little, like they don't stay in one place very long. Like, they seem to kind of, like, look around, like, almost like she's looking out for something. And she'll kind of take a few steps forward. And then just kind of, everyone still has that kind of hush about them. But she'll kind of look around. Everyone, please go back to the festival. Please. You'll hear some disjointed music kind of start up again. And a few people will kind of go and, you know, start eating. There is like a very long table set up for people who want to sit down and eat. A few people, like Lady Amakir especially, will kind of walk to the head of this table and sit down at the very head of it, where there's a large kind of almost throne-like chair. A couple of her guards, 4 of her guards will stand behind her. The others will kind of disperse out into the crowd just to kind of keep watch, you would assume. Yes, a few people seem to you'll see some of the festival goers kind of start grabbing plates and putting food on it and taking it to the table. A few tables are kind of like pushed forward and revealed to have all of these decadent desserts on it. And as well as kind of an extensive kind of juice cart with all these different flavors. And you'll see some people kind of getting some desserts on some plates or some platters and sitting down at this long table. No one really sitting close to Lady Amikir. You might have a few people sitting about 10 or 15 feet away. But there are chairs leading up to her. But again, she is kind of surrounded by guards. Could be like standing behind her. And the party just kind of like resumes. It's a little quieter than it was before, as you have people kind of seeming to have a little bit of reverence about them. But people go back to having fun, doing the games. You hear another tug of war kind of starting up. They've kind of moved it away from the main table a bit. There you go.
Drexel will sort of motion to Yavani that he's going to put him down off his shoulder and grab a dessert plate and see if he can get a seat at the table. And I guess motion for like everyone else to try to do the same.
Yo will sit down near Drexel and Yavani.
Okay.
With his
Same.
tiny fork and knife.
Amazing.
I see some
I'll do the
plates
same.
being brought to Lady Amikir as she, some food plates first it seems, but also a little dessert plate as well as some wine.
And more important, I guess, before sitting down, he would, in order, shoot a glance at the guards and Lady Amikir just to sort of get the acknowledgement that it's okay to sit.
Okay. How far are you sitting away from her, Drexelin?
Probably as close as I dare get without the guards getting in a kerfuffle.
That's probably 2 miles, but
You
On the other side of the canal.
Who's could I ask who's sitting around Lady Amikir right now?
Right now, no one. There are guards standing behind her, like keeping watch, but no one's sitting there right close to her. The townsfolk, as they get their food, like you'll have one, like there are maybe 3 people sitting within like 15 feet of her at the table. So there are chairs open, even right, like she's at the head, so kind of like right here, there are chairs open. Drexel, as you sit down, and if you get right there next to her, one of the guards will actually step forward as if to stop you. Lady Amikir will just kind of like, seemingly unbothered. The guard will then kind of hunch down and whisper something into her ear that she'll listen intently to. Just kind of... And we'll kind of glance at you, Drexelin. Are you going to be a problem?
Not at all. I hope not. I hope our presence has not caused too much of a disturbance.
Okay,
Unless you're a bee. That is the inside joke I am.
She'll kind of like almost like chuckle at that, and then like look back at the guard like, what do you want me to do? The guard will kind of step back and kind of look like, almost like look at all of you very like directly, each of you, like almost an unspoken like, and yeah, we'll just kind of lean into the other guard that's standing behind her, directly behind her, and whisper something to them, and they'll kind of do the same. So it seems like that they're pretty aware of you, even if Lady Amikir is not. I have a hair. There we go. Yeah. Yes, sit where you want. There are empty chairs, so you can sit wherever there's an empty chair. She'll kind of like start eating her food.
I just wanted to say thank you for this your kind hospitality and this wonderful festival that we've come to enjoy tonight.
Oh.
And I suppose introductions are in order. I'm Drexler, and I'll go around and just point to everyone and introduce everyone.
That's lovely. Thank you. It's good to meet you. I'm a little interested in how you got here. Is there any way that you can say it in less than 5 sentences?
Oh, I'll try to be as plain and as blunt as possible. First, let me apologize. I assume it's come to our attention that visitors are rare and perhaps unsettling occurrence here, and I apologize for our patron not making us aware of that. And I apologize for them not announcing our arrival here. But more to the point, our patron has sent us here.
Careful, this is your last sentence.
Seeking your help in finding an artifact that our benefactor has instructed us to seek out, and that suggested that this would be a good place to start and to seek out perhaps your guidance in finding this artifact. Our benefactor is Accordia from the material plane. They are with the Badatel historical group.
No of them.
Okay. Needless to say, we've been sent here by them, seeking an historical artifact, and we're given this place, this demiplane, and you as a good place to start in finding it.
Since you're speaking directly to her, Drexler, make a perception check for me, please.
Okay. 10.
You can notice with the conversation that she, as you're talking to her, she'll look at you, but then she'll just kind of almost like her mind starts, like her gaze will start wandering across the crowd, and then she'll kind of come back. It's a little erratic. Even though it was 5 sentences, it was still a lot. Why would you think that I know something about an artifact?
Quite simply that we've been told that you might.
Oh, I don't know anything.
Oh, that's a disappointment.
Yeah.
Insight.
Yeah.
Roll an insight check.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have to. I can tell if someone's lying.
Well, I rolled a
That's right.
15.
Okay. Draxlin, you can tell that for 15. Again, as I said, like her she has a very erratic air about her. Almost like her attention's being pulled in several different directions, even though nothing's really happening. It's just the festival. You can tell that she's definitely dodging something.
Okay. I'll give Dakos a quick look
Speech-wise.
to see if I can get
I will.
a yay or nay.
I'm gonna message you, Dakos.
Okay.
And there you go. I mean, there are a lot of things in the house that kind of was given to me by my dad, so I don't know. Has your patron tried asking him?
I'll give you that look, Gretchen, like she's lying.
We have, we haven't been informed of that. As I said, we were tasked with coming here. I apologize. Have we come at a bad time? It just seems that your mind might be somewhere else. It just seems to me, and I apologize if I might be too bold about that, but it just seems you're concerned with something. Anything we can help with?
Well, I just met you, so it's a little difficult for me to be like, yes,
Oh,
please
I understand.
help me with
No.
something. But I mean, it's a festival. There's a lot going on, right?
Yes, and
Food is incredible, even though she's barely touched it. You would have noticed that, Drexlin
Right.
and Dakos, but like, or anyone looking at her. It's just kind of a busy evening, I guess.
Well,
Could
I
you
mean-
get me some more wine? Thank you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
well, maybe let me briefly describe what we're looking for. Maybe you can make, rustle some memories or something. We're looking for a book, mainly a register, that is of some importance to this historical society. A book of names.
And there are some books. I have a pretty large library here. Have you tried the Royal Library?
Yes, we visited the Royal Library.
And did
Quite
you
a
ask
wonderful
there?
place. Out of character, did anyone ask about the relic or the artifact in particular?
You may
I
have-
didn't. I'm not entirely convinced. Is it a book? Are we sure it's a book? I know it's a register, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a book, right?
That's true. That's true.
Right.
Yo asked about the birds and the animals, but I don't think he asked about the artifact. I
Mhm.
don't remember if anyone did.
Yeah, I don't think any of us did directly like that.
Okay.
And they didn't have anything there?
No, not on that subject. No, not on that particular item.
Sorry. Maybe not tonight, but maybe you could stop by and peruse the libraries here. Maybe they'll have something. I wouldn't mind. One of the guards will kind of step forward and I know.
Most appreciative, and I would think we had an interesting experience earlier today or yesterday. Was the bear? Was that the bear the first thing this morning, or was that yesterday?
That was yesterday.
That
Yeah,
was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Perhaps we could be of assistance. I mean, while we're here, yesterday we happened upon a bear attacking a stall at the market. And, myself and some of our companions helped drive the bear back into the woods. And in the process of all that, we've come to understand that it's been a problem of late, that the wildlife have been encroaching upon the city in ways that are not necessarily normal or natural.
You'll see her when you mention the bear become genuinely interested. What happened to the bear? I wasn't kind of look at her guards, look back at you. What happened to it?
It seemed to be ravaging a stall, not necessarily at the time attacking anyone. It seemed to be hungry and just trying to get some food, but being what a bear can be rather shocking and disturbing and reckless. So some guards were looking to dispatch it with all haste, and myself and my companions, as I said, we decided to we shoot it away from the stall and chased it rather lengthfully over the bridges and through the streets, trying to get it as far away from the city as we could. And we've succeeded in that, and we got it to the outskirts where it's wandered off into the woods.
So I made it back to the forest.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's good. Back where its home is, I'm sure.
Yes. It turned out for the best.
You didn't see any of the, the exterminators running after it, did you?
No. Upon inquiring around the city about the ongoing, we are aware there is an animal control group.
Yes, there is.
Perhaps if you want, we can arrange an audience with them, or we can see if we can be of some assistance.
Maybe you could. I do have one in particular that will catch the animals and release them. We'll make sure to do it and to not kill them. You do have some that, unfortunately, even though I've tried to convince them otherwise, feel that the animal should be put down. But
no, I agree with you on the former. If at all possible, to they are just animals. They're not, if something is affecting them that are coming, normally it will stay in their habitat. So if something is affecting them, that's not their fault.
So you have a question, Yo?
Oh, well, Yo would at that point just kind of lean over to the side so he's visible, kind of, behind Drexlin, and say, "You don't know if anything is affecting them in that forest, do you?" He's gonna watch her very carefully as she answers. He can't do the Dacos, just tell him. He's got insight at least.
I don't. No, not that I know of. I know that there have been more of them recently, but my guards haven't been able to find a cause when I've sent them. And if you want to roll an insight check, you'll have to...
Yeah, I got a 19.
Okay. She's not... It is her truth.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, right? You haven't found any Garbeck? No. I haven't seen anything strange in the forest other than just too many animals. Yeah. So how long have, looking kind of at the group, or probably a lot at Drexlin since he's spoken up the most, how long have you been here, in this plane?
We arrived yesterday morning.
Right.
And met a lovely Furbolg sheep herder who assisted us in the beginning.
Oh, lovely. The farmers are quite interesting, yes. Can I ask, have you seen like a dark figure with a dark cloak anywhere? Just kind of sneaking around?
Oh, it's a city. I'm sure there were several
Yeah,
times we've encountered.
guard will kind of like step.
I'm just gonna ask, do the guards react to this question?
Oh, yeah.
Daddy's now gonna like
The guard
super...
will kind of step forward and put a hand on her shoulder and be like, "Lady in the Carrots, It's well taken in hand. There's no need to worry these citizens about it, or these visitors. Well, they might have seen it walking around. Have you?
I'll just shoot Dacos a look to see if he wants to.
Oof. I mean, this is our opportunity, right? We got the queen. We've got.
Yeah, it is.
You know. I'll give
There's
him.
also a guard here, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
right,
like
right.
5 seconds from combat. We're like,
Maybe I'll just. Gosh, has anyone used that? Have you seen anyone use anything like sending yet? I don't think I have. I don't know if anyone has or has seen it.
It has antlers. Have you seen anyone use sending here?
Yeah, I was just asking fellow party members if I've seen them use it. Trying to figure out what I would say. I might just shake my head like a not yet. Like let's see if we can.
Okay. Are you? Is there a crime issue here, or?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, we have
just
some, of course, renegade young'uns that like to. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. That's what my guards usually refer to them. They're not much older than me, younger than me. I mean, no, I just, sometimes, in crowds, I've seen this strange cloaked figure with antlers. Usually.
Ooh. The antlers, that would indicate something of wildlife concern, you would think.
Maybe. But my guards insist that it's in hand, so I don't want to worry you. I'm sure the streets are fine. I'm sure they're safe.
We've helped. There was that bear, of course. We've already helped a bit in town, and we are here to take in the sights and pretty capable people. Perhaps this is something with which we could assist. We're not limited to shifts and things like guards are. We could spend our time perusing, see if we can find such a thing. Listen, like.
Maybe. Should we? It kind of turns to her guards. Should we call for a dance? Should we get people moving? And before the guard can answer, she'll stand up and be like, "Everyone, please, there's an area over here to dance. We will commence the dancing now." And we'll kind of like motion towards the band area, the orchestra area, to start playing. Or start playing this very interesting kind of like melody that kind of almost goes back in and above, kind of weaves back and forth between these certain lines of notes. And you'll see a few people kind of like, oh, okay, and kind of get to the dance floor. And what they start doing is they start dancing, not backwards in that they're being forced to dance backwards, but like it's a practice dance that they do for this festival where they dance backwards. So a few people will kind of be kind of tripping and just kind of getting used to it. Some people are more practiced than others. And Lady Amicure will be like, oh, that's nice, isn't it? Dance.
I believe that Draxler is a fine dancer. Perhaps you can take to the court.
Drexler will
Show
laugh
us
out loud
Drexler.
at that. And, well, I must admit, it is a festival of balance. And it would be rude of me not to do something that I'm really not, under sort of like in a descending tone, really not very good at. But
Nice.
but I would, if you would want to oblige, or if it's just up to me to just join the party, or others, I'm sure.
She seems to not really be listening to you, Drexlin.
Oh,
Just kind of
okay.
staring out the dance floor. and we'll just kind of glance at you a couple of times as you were talking and just kind of look back and almost kind of distantly be like, say, when was a good dancer? Yes, let's dance. And she'll kind of come over to you and like take your, wait for you to stand.
I will definitely, yes. With
Come,
all due
let's go.
respect.
And she will take you over to the dance floor and attempt to teach you how to dance backwards. Make a performance check for me, please.
All right. As he does that, he'll say to Lady Amakir, "I can't guarantee that this is going to be a great performance, but it will be earnest."
She'll almost
Nice.
laugh forcibly at that, Drexler.
19 for 22.
Okay. So you're a quick learner. You pick up the steps pretty quickly. And it's just kind of almost taking what you know of doing a waltz or a dance and just kind of turning it around. And you able to do it well. Two of you dance for a bit. Anyone want to do anything back at the table?
No, I'm just for me, I'm hoping like giving Drex something like that. Ask your questions while you got it. Yeah. Look, it's best whatever that looks like.
Yo really wants to dance, but that means that he's not going to dance because he.
Right. Okay.
Yvonne will anti-Yo and never likes dancing, so will get up and dance and look like he never danced in his life.
Okay. All right. Why don't you go ahead and make a performance check at disadvantage then, since you threw that in, Yvonne. What's Love doing?
That's a great question. Lev might approach the guards in a second here.
Okay. All right. What did you get, Yvonne?
A 0.
Oh yes.
So Yvonne and probably Deiko, since you're looking towards the dance floor, and probably Joe as well. You'll see Yvonne kind of get up and go over and just do horribly. Will kind of start to like just tripping over themselves. You'll see someone like out of pity try to like show them how to like go at it, and he'll try like he'll do like 1-2 steps right and then just completely go off and do his own thing. Oh, wait a minute. Let me correct something in the Zoom chat since
Okay, thank you.
So Yvonne's doing a quite terrible job. Wow.
Yeah, Love's gonna approach one of the guards and say, excuse me, hi.
Yes.
Lady Amakir mentioned that we might be able to peruse the, was it the royal libraries? When might be a good time to do that?
Oh, well, she did say not tonight.
That's right, yes, I wouldn't dream of it.
I will have to talk with Lady Amakir and see how her schedule is laid out the next day or two. And we can let you know.
Oh, great. How would we...
Is he lying to Lev?
Oh, no, he's not lying.
Okay.
I mean...
Like, you see, like, there's no way I'm gonna I mean, if he's not intending on doing it, it'd be a lie.
Stephanie, we don't trust your guards at all.
I see that.
Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
Okay, just sent you a message, Dan.
Okay.
All
All right, thank you.
Yes.
How might we follow up?
As let's see here. Yeah. As you are talking with the guard, you see another guard approach from behind that you recognize.
Oh no. Things were going so well.
The guard will be like, "Oh, well, if I can get where you're staying, we can contact you, or if you want to come by here, like in this area tomorrow, there will be a guard, and maybe we can settle it then and let you know when you can come by for a visit."
Oh, that'd be
Whatever.
great. Yeah, I think we'll stop by tomorrow.
Great. And Cowrie will step back behind the guard, and you'll see, kind of that reddish, not red skin, but kind of a reddish Caucasian skin tone, with these two horns kind of like looping under the ears, and black and white hair with two white braids. But in a very familiar to the guard that talked to you at the tavern the other night. Oh, I see y'all have weaseled your way to the table. Kind of look at the other guards, kind of like there are two guards saying they're still at the, like, where Lady Amicure was sitting. The others kind of went over to kind of watch the dance floor closely. And they'll just be like, the one guard will be like, Lady Amicure said that they could. What?
Where's your balance? You should arrive not being an arsehole. I thought you'd understand this festival better than we do. How long have you been here?
Since the beginning. Usually I'm not
I'm
an
going to be
asshole, so...
No.
And I can't really help that I have an asshole, can I?
Would you like to dance?
No.
That means normally she would want to dance with you, though.
Right? Oh, I'm flattered.
We'll turn to the guard and be like, just keep an eye on them, please. They
Takos,
are
I'll dance with you.
trouble. Okay.
Oh, yes, and I'll rush out to the dance
I'm
floor
sorry,
with you, buddy.
Chloe. I couldn't just... Yeah, whatever. And be like, kind of look at those at the table still, and... I won't take my eyes off of any of you. And we'll just kind of
You
like
find us that
walk
attractive?
backwards towards the
Don't find that
table.
weird at all.
I have an out of character, slightly ridiculous and silly question.
Sure.
If he's not taking his eyes off of Yavani's amazing dancing, how is he avoiding not giggling? That's what I want to know.
You'll see those at the table kind of watching like how we make this over dramatic exit. We'll kind of like glance over at the dance floor and be like, huh. And then kind of like shake her head and just kind of like turn and go and get some food.
Yavani. I'm gonna send you a message.
What?
I'm gonna send you a message. I'm gonna
Okay.
join Yavani, and
I'm gonna send someone a message too.
nice.
Can Drexlin ask while he's dancing a question
Oh, sure, yeah.
to Lady Amicure?
Yeah, she still seems, I would say, since you're right there in her face, she still seems very distracted. Okay.
Pardon me if I'm being too forward and rude, but you seem to be miles away. Sometimes it's easier to tell a stranger your concerns.
She'll kind of like look at you probably for longer that she's looked at you this entire, like, since you started talking to her. I get that. I just, again, just met you this evening. So I not really in a position to be forthright about things that trouble me. I'm running an entire demiplane. There are things that are on my mind.
I can totally understand that.
Tell me, you're Dragonborn, right?
Yes.
What, where are your people from?
I'll give her a brief rundown of the village I came from and our clan. Real brief, just, and said to her, I'm also a paladin.
That's nice.
And you're aware that I'm, as a paladin, I'm dedicated and devoted to justice and goodness and the law.
Sure. That's nice of you.
I'm sorry again, but I'm getting a very fearful vibe from you, and it concerns me.
Yes. One thing I can tell you is that, the cloaked one that I mentioned earlier.
With the horns.
If you see it, kill it. It's been shadowing me for weeks, and I don't know why. Although I feel like it's not a good sign. I feel like it's an omen.
I am sorry to hear that you've been shadowed by this.
Sinister creature. It's almost...
Do you have any thought of what might have caused this? As recent events?
The only thing that's been different recently is that, I'm not sure if it has something to do with these appearances of the, of Nathar, but...
Nathar?
Yes, Quill's, Stephanie, can you think of names? Are you okay? Yes, it's Quinn City. The one, I'm sure.
Yes,
Have
we
you
saw
seen it? Oh, good.
We saw a piece of the city fall.
Yes, I don't know why. It's just kind of a new thing. But it might have something to do with that. Maybe Quinn sent it after me.
I take it, especially since he had his own demi-plane, as I understand it. The city above us created things that did not. Your parting was not on good terms.
She kind of
I'm sorry.
Look up at you, and you can see like tears in her eyes, and
I'm sorry.
A couple escape, and
yeah.
Like, has the music changed? Let me go and check. I'm sorry, this has been a lovely dance, but I'm just gonna go and check. Just go and it's been good. Okay. And she'll just kind of like start backing away and go towards her guards, and they'll actually start moving towards the palace and the estate. But
yeah.
Well, they'll start moving towards the estate, but quickly turn to go towards the drink area where the special drinks are. Approach that, and I would say that you can see across like the long table of food and people kind of moving about, that you can see her kind of move over there. People kind of scatter, not in a frenzy, but just kind of give her space as she gets some drinks there at that bar area that you bought the drinks before. So they don't go in the palace, but they look like they were starting to, but then veered off.
I'm going to keep a very close eye on her, but not like follow her because that would probably trigger the guards.
Sure. Yeah, I would say Drexen, as you're looking over there, you can definitely see, since you missed the whole interaction, you can definitely see the guard that approached y'all before in the tavern, kind of getting food and finding a place to sit at the table, not too far away from the group that's still sitting there. Dakos, what were you wanting to do?
Oh, I sent a direct message, but I'm
I
gonna
did.
go over to Giovanni. Okay. And dance however Giovanni wants to dance. Giovanni, I have a dance that's special to me. I'd love to lead if you're willing. Would you care? We can do it to this song which we played.
It's a festival, absolutely.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Follow my lead, and I'll gosh, I guess we're, hand on shoulder, and then we'll hold hands, yes, and we'll kind of like try and clasp hands to lead, and do a dance. That's yeah.
How tall are you? Giovanni's 2'10". So.
Oh no, yeah, I'm 6'3". Okay, so yeah, down, but that's okay. We'll make it work. I'll try to. The dance that I mentioned to you.
Make
so.
a performance check with advantage, since you know this well.
Okay.
One or both of us?
Dakos. If you want to make a performance check for it, but I figure that he's probably leading you in this for the most part.
Oh gosh, my performance is 0-17.
Okay.
No bonus.
Aw. This isn't Kazil.
I know.
Yes, well, you're still able to lead lead Giovanni in this dance. There it goes. Steps come easily to you.
Nice. I'm gonna be in the moment because this is about having fun with Giovanni. Just a secondary thing. I'm just gonna keep my eyes peeled for Lady Amicure, see if that piques her interest at all or gets any reaction.
Okay. Yeah, so this would have been while she's still having the conversation with Drexlen. And she doesn't notice you looking at her.
Okay.
But you would see as you're dancing with Giovanni, unless you think Dakos couldn't take his eyes off Giovanni. You would see dancing with Giovanni that there is a time where it seems like if you're keeping your eyes, kind of like on them for the most part, on Drexlen and Lady Amicure, you would see, the conversation seems to be very serious. They look very serious, like when they're talking to each other. But you would see Lady Amicure kind of looking around as she's talking, and as Drexlen's talking to her. And at one point, she would just stop and just walk away, almost past you and Giovanni towards her guards, and they'll go over to the drink area.
Okay. All right. And even when she walks by, no register about the dance or anything, doesn't click. Which is fine. If she's walking by, I want to check.
No, I would say that she passed so close to you, can tell that she'll be wiping something from her eyes.
You do.
Be very hurried in her step. Yeah. All right. So people are still dancing. You still have people eating. Anything else? Anything that anyone wants to do? Lady Amicure's over at the bar with their 2 guards. There are still a couple of guards there on the around the dance floor, and you have the guard that approached you at the tavern sitting at the table, kind of keeping an eye on anyone that's still there, or also looking at those of you on the dance floor. Yes, yeah?
Sorry, I was just waving at the guard.
Oh, okay.
Nice, yeah.
We'll not wave back, just kind of look at you and, keep looking around. Okay. right. I would say that this happens for a little bit. You can chat or talk, but after about 5 or 7 minutes, about 10 minutes, you'll see Lady Amikir turn away from the bar, and with her 2 guards, and you'll see kind of a motion from one guard to the others to kind of like, and you'll see a couple of the other guards that were kind of in the crowd kind of join them as they start walking towards the estate. As they do this, you hear a scream coming from the back of the crowd towards the canal, and another scream. And looking over your shoulder, turning around, you would see that about 40 feet away are 3 large, I will say 2 large crocodiles coming out of the moat. And these are what you would, if you think that your character has seen crocodiles in the past or in studies or in books, these are like 3 or 4 times that size. Gigantic. Just kind of splashing out of the moat. We'll say about 2 or 3 times the size. So large. Yeah.
Alright,
you have a few people screaming, kind of moving away from the area. Lady Amikir and the guards immediately turn, and a couple of the guards start running towards the creatures. And Lady Amikir seems in a panic, and you can hear her kind of yell at her guards. Don't kill it. We can keep it.
I'll feed it.
Dekos, what's going on? I can't see.
Up. And I'll kneel down since you've been used to that. Hey, up. And I'll stand up with you if you're willing. The crocodiles, I believe. Oh, and she wants us to. Do they look like they're gonna attack people? Do they look?
They are snapping at people because people are trying to, get stuff in their hands and throw at them. They seem to be moving inwards towards, the tables, or trying to, but people keep trying to, throw things at them. Some of the guards are drawing weapons, but seemingly trying not to hurt them. Drexlin...
Should we speak with them, Giovanni? Oh, sorry.
Oh, no. Drexlin, you'll see Lady Amikir kind of look at you and kind of hurriedly come over to the dance floor. That's where you're still at. Could you help them, draw them towards the estate? If you want to help and be a... I just don't want them. And you'll see across the court, all of you will, a tiefling enter in with about 4 warforged behind him. And kind of come in and be like, "Oh, actually, I think that they'll take care of them. If you want to help, sure. I need to go," and she'll kind of run over there and
I'll
talk
just
to
tell
the
her.
tiefling.
Yeah, get to safety. My first thought to her is get to safety.
Oh, well, she goes over to the tiefling and starts talking to him. He'll stop, and the 4 warforged will stop with him, and they will start. After they talk with Lady Amikir a bit, they'll start moving towards the crocodiles.
Yeah, Yo. Sorry. Go ahead, Drexen.
No, I go ahead.
Yo's gonna start going towards the crocodiles too. He doesn't want those crocodiles getting smushed.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
As
You'll have a I'm sorry. Go ahead, Drexlin.
Drexler's gonna start making his way towards the crocodiles, but also heading towards the food tables.
Okay.
And grabbing all the meat he can.
Okay. All right. There's
And putting it on, putting it on his shield.
Okay.
And see if we can bait them.
Okay.
Yo will watch and follow his lead and say, "That was good thinking," and take a bite out of one of the ham hocks.
I see him do that, and I'll take a bite. Not bad at all. Yeah.
Wow, winning Rome.
I'd chase us too.
Okay.
Shall we go, Giovanni? Let's lend our aid.
Yes, let's keep people safe.
I'll head towards the crocodiles since it seems like everyone's converging there.
You will see a dwarf and a few other people there at the crocodiles, seemingly to actively trying to harm them. The guards will be trying to. The guards almost seem like that they are not going to stop them from harming them or from hurting them. And in fact, you'll see them kind of almost kind of not trying as hard as probably they could. The
Part of the course.
and almost we'll actually everyone make a perception check to see if you notice this. And I'll go around. Lev, what did you roll?
22.
Nice.
Okay. And Drexlin?
7.
Okay.
That's okay.
Giovanni?
26.
Oof.
6. Joe?
17.
Okay. And Dakos?
18.
Okay. Dakos, Joe, Giovanni, and Lev. Right, because Frank, what did Drexlin
I rolled
roll?
it. Yeah, 7.
Yeah.
He's
Okay, so
having a
everyone
nice
but
handbag.
everyone but Drexlin would notice that the guards almost seem to be like, you'll see a couple of them kind of keeping an eye on Lady Amicare, like looking over their shoulder, but they almost seem to be forming not like an exact wall around the crocodiles and around these like people trying to harm the crocodiles, but almost as if they're trying to block someone from across the way seeing what's going on with the crocodiles.
Hmm.
Like specifically Lady Amicare, or just
In that direction, yes.
These are the guards doing this?
Yes.
Blocking
The tiefling will kind of come up and like, okay, let's try to capture this without harming it. And the 4 Warforged will kind of go around and kind of make like a semicircle. The other guards will kind of, I would say that the 4 of you that rolled high would notice that they kind of look very disdainfully at the tiefling and the Warforged. But you'll see like 1 or 2 guards being like, okay, yeah, let's do it peacefully.
If we can, I'm jumping in. Like, I don't want to watch too much involved in that.
Okay.
Please, people, we have this entirely under control with our friend here, and they're Warforged. Please step back. Let us do our work. And I'll just start like standing between the crocodiles on one side and the crowd to like shoot people away.
Okay. That works for some of the citizens. You will notice and you will recognize actually two of the people trying to go after the crocodile and hurt it, which is the dwarf and the other young lady that was kind of like looked between like human and dwarf that was with them at the inn that you're staying at. There are 2 of them that seem to be like, they have like matching vests on, and they seem to be working in tandem to try and like exterminate, like they're the ones trying to like hurt the crocodiles.
Queen's orders.
We have passed from the queen.
She's right there. Ask her. She said, do not harm these.
Right. Well, we work on behalf of the citizens. So, you can do what you do, we'll do what we do.
I will not let you harm this crocodile.
If Drexlin gets a whiff of that,
Oh yeah.
Sure. Yeah, they're being loud enough, for sure.
he will cast command on the one that's the most boisterous.
Okay.
Nice.
60 feet, wisdom saving throw, 14 is the number.
Okay. No, I'm gonna say that he fails.
I command him to flee.
Okay. So yeah, he kind of look at you and just kind of drop his weapon and look at the kind of like half human, half dwarf female. He just kind of looks at him and just like, "What are you doing?" And he'll just start running away, like across the bridge, away from the estate.
Wise choice. Wise, thank you.
should
What
follow your friend
just
there.
happened?
I don't know. But please, this is the Queen's orders.
Damn it, Dad. And she'll start running after him.
And I guess I'll shoot a look at the tiefling commanding the Warforged,
Yes.
like, and give him like a point the way, and I'll tear off a piece of ham hock and throw it at the front of the alligator to sort of like, come on, here's dinner.
Okay. All right. Let me see here. I was trying to pull up this information. There we go. Where's Eden?
And hopefully we don't
Okay.
run out of food.
Yeah, the tiefling is kind of this reddish orange skin tone with this kind of like wispy hair, and dressed almost regally with this kind of like red cloak draped around him, his shoulders. Okay, so let me see here. Yep. Okay. All right. Both of the crocodiles fall for your meat. Drexlin.
Stephanie, no.
Wow.
They just
That's a
can't.
first
They
for
just
me.
can't help themselves.
They fall for it.
And so, so what are you doing with the meat exactly? You're taunting them to get them to go into the canal.
Well, I'm I'll give Yo a look and say, I think we should follow the tiefling. He seems to have these crocs' interests in heart as well as us.
Yeah,
It's
Yo
just-
will follow Drexen's lead there as well. I mean, he's eating as much meat as he's throwing, but there.
Oh, look at you!
Nice.
Save some. I don't want to run out.
Nice.
Then it's us.
It's hard work outrunning crocodiles, okay?
I'll start cutting off stuff in the Unity.
That's awesome.
Yes, Drexlin. I mean, not Drexlin. Dacos.
Well, the Queen had said bring them to the estate. So I thought that's where we were going, but I just wanted to clarify if the Queen actually said, lure them to the estate.
That's what she yelled to her guards, was to lure them to bring it to the estate, and they can keep it.
That's not what. Okay, I thought she said it to Drexler when she was. Okay.
No, yeah.
When the tiefling came over. All right.
Yeah, the
Okay.
tiefling is instructing the Warforged. He'll be like, "Thank you, friend. We're just going to get it tied up, and so that way we can bring it into the because, I guess if we okay, let me just stop. We can do two ways, right? We can draw it back into the canals and away from the thing, but he'll kind of like step forward. Lady Amakira has a place for them in her palace. Well, a place for animals.
Observe.
Lady Amakira, do you think that this is and she's like, just take care of it. Okay. So
Tell us what works best.
I'm worried that if we draw it into the canals, that it will come back, right? Or both of them will. So
Agreed.
we should probably tie them up. We're going to do that without harming them, and so that way we can take them into the reserve in the palace and decide what to do from there. Yes.
How can we assist?
Well, the meat thing is handy if you can just keep them kind of like still and occupied. And we'll start. The Warforged are pretty pretty strong. They can get everything tied up. If you want to help with that, securing knots, getting the rope, we can.
I'll go grab some meat to help.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
So yeah. All right. So Drexlin and Dacos, you're drawing them with the meat. What are you doing, love? If anything, you don't have to be doing anything. You can just stand and watch if you want to.
Love is hanging back, ready to support if necessary, but
Okay.
this might be a little bit out of his league.
Okay. All right. Yvonne, what are you up to?
I think Yvonne's just watching because I feel like this is well under control. So probably Yvonne's going back to watching guards, which is what Yvonne's been doing
Okay.
already. But
All right. Make a perception check for me with that, Yvonne.
Yar. 27.
Wow. Okay, Yvonne, you will notice that the guards don't seem to be making that much of an effort to help. Two of the guards, but they're, it's situation in that, and if I'm not, it's situation in that. So like, say here is, like where the estate is, and Lady Amic here standing like right here. You all are over here. And so everything's kind of happening, and the guards were able to kind of keep their back to Lady Amic here, to where, and they're moving around like they're trying to make it seem like that they're helping, and like yelling things like, yeah, we'll get this in, and but not really making that much of an effort. And any effort they are trying to, like they are pretending to make, if they are seeming to make, like seems to be very minimal, They're putting in a 1 out of 10,
Got it.
Yeah. Yo, what will you be? You'll be helping with the securing and tying up, or helping with the meat?
I think he had the meat first.
Oh yeah, so you'll be doing the meat as well, Yo.
Yeah, Yo's
Okay.
been running with Drexlin with the meat
Okay.
the whole
All
time.
right. Cool. So
Mhm.
y'all do that. I
Knows all
won't even
about
make you
Drexlin's meat.
roll for that. I'll roll and see
It's
like
all
how
volunteering.
the crocodiles respond to that. At first, they're a little feisty. They seem to kind of calm down a bit though, and you're able to get one secured with the Warforged help. Like they go around with some rope to tie up their legs and then their arms. I mean, and but the second one is a little bit more feisty, and it's going to take a little bit more work. The tiefling, it's like, oh, this one is going to be a problem. Any ideas?
It's not really responding to me. Oh, sorry, Alec. Okay.
Oh, I could rest with.
Drexel will look at Joe and then sort of look down at himself.
Drexlin could also rest with one.
Yes.
How
I
big-
can help with the rope.
How big am I compared to the alligator?
Oh, the alligator is large in size.
Okay.
So I would say probably like about twice your size, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, the two of you can definitely wrestle. If you want to make an athletics check for me, please.
All right. I'll turn to Yo. Keep his eyes on the food.
Hey,
Keep
I will
his
keep
eyes on the meat.
control of his jaws if I can. Yes.
Oh.
Just
yes.
just in front, and I'll move around to the side of the alligator while he's watching. Hopefully, I saw that. Move to this around the alligator while he's looking at Yo, and try to mount him on the back, and
Okay.
get a hold of his snout.
Yeah, Yo
Okay.
will be extremely obnoxious with the ham hock, like holding it just in front of the alligator's mouth, and then being,
Okay.
"Oh, I'm so sorry, little bit
Okay.
You just had it, almost.
Almost.
All right. So both of you make that athletics check for me, please.
Okay.
Let me know what you got.
Is this going to be contested?
Yes.
25.
16.
Okay.
Can I substitute in a roll for the gator?
Yes.
5 for a portent.
Nice.
Yeah. So the gators
Key.
seem to have been very feisty, but then all of a sudden, just y'all are able to wrestle it. With y'all and Drexlin, you're able to kind of wrestle it down into submission, and you're able to tie it up after that. The Warforged will then, once both crocodiles are tied up, will move off to the side to get these kind of large, almost not really stretchers, but kind of like these big pieces of cloth that they'll just kind of like roll them over onto gently as they can. And one will kind of take one end and one will take the other, and they're able to, with 4 of them, start carrying the crocodiles towards the estate.
I start walking with them like this is just normal.
like you had a big hand in it, right?
The tiefling will notice you, Drexlin, and be like, I mean not Drexlin, Dacos. Here we go again. We'll notice you, Dacos, and be like, I think we got this, but thank you so much. What do I owe you? You want some gold? For your help?
I'll look around them and see if Lady Amicure is still here.
Yes, Lady Amicure will kind of run up and thank you so much. That was thank you, and she'll kind of look at the tiefling. Thank you for your help, and thank you for all of your help. And the guards are showing your Warforged where to take the. Oh, yes.
Thank you, friend, to the tiefling.
I'll if you want anything, just let Lady Amicure know, and I'll make sure that you get it. Gotta go. So he'll start kind of like jauntering up towards the estate, with some guards kind of like filing in, and you'll have about 4 guards staying behind, kind of staying close to Lady Amicure.
You're so very welcome. Of course, I really didn't do much. The credit has to go to. And I'll gesture over Yo and Drexlin and Lev. Even though I might not have known he substituted the thing, I just know he's really good luck. So I'm like, could I have just maybe 30 seconds of your time? Would that be all right? Just not away from your guards, but just out of earshot. I have something, a private matter related to the alligators that I wish to share.
Sure. So who do you need not to be here?
Oh, they can be here just maybe a few steps away. The guards. I wish to whisper something.
Oh, I wouldn't see why not. You can step away a bit. Dicos, make a perception check for me, please.
I'm gonna be looking at that guard there. I'm actually gonna be looking at them.
You have your friendly neighborhood guard, standing a ways back with their arms crossed, like back at the table. So she's about 40 feet away, just kind of like. Oh,
okay. I'll just give them a wink. That's a 23.
Okay. So you would notice the 4 guards that are with her, like right there close to her, kind of look at each other, and there's like, kind of. You'll see one kind of grit their teeth and kind of turn, and that's good. And they go about 20 feet away.
Two things quickly.
Sure.
I promise. Firstly, if we do come across the creature with the horns and manage to get any information on it, how best can we reach you? Because the guards seem to not, we're new. We're not from here, and it seems rather difficult to reach anyone above the guard level.
I can make sure if you come here, you can come and see. You can come and visit me in the reading room thing, I guess.
Oh, lovely.
I won't take you too much into the house because it's a bit of a mess, but.
Oh. Understood. And I know you clearly are very busy. I just thought I should. Oh shit! Did I notice? I mean, I know about the guards on the bridge and shit. Did I notice any of the guards here? Like while I'm trying to shoot people away, I think you said as I was going over there, they were like,
Yeah.
Okay. That's the guards. were very much trying to turn away from you and just not really. They were doing the very bare minimum. And I've seen that throughout the town, but here collectively it was all of the guards. And I just thought that was very strange, since I imagine they serve you, and they just had no interest. Thought you should know. You don't have to say a word.
Are you
You can if you wish.
a storyteller?
I suppose in my time I've told a story or two, yes, but not by trade.
Then why? I don't. It doesn't sound like them. It doesn't sound like. I mean, I've had some of these guards been with me the entire 10 years. Some of them. I've hired. I don't really.
Oh.
I've never felt. I've never felt like I shouldn't.
Shit, she like fading off, like fuse dating while she's saying that.
I mean, she did
She
kind of what I was
dissociate-
saying. How I was acting was how she was acting. Like,
Shit, okay. Well, I couldn't entirely be wrong. I just wish to put that thought into your mind so that over days and weeks that come, perhaps keep a special eye out when these things happen. Maybe you'll notice something, maybe not. But it worried me. I wanted to share.
okay, thanks.
Of
I
course.
appreciate that. At that point, you'll hear kind of, because crowds have been kind of starting to kind of come back in, and being like, well, commission's over, maybe we'll just grab some more food, and trying to get the party started again for the festival. So you'll hear kind of music kind of striking up in the background, and as you're kind of finishing up what you're saying, Dakos,
Mhm.
you hear, Your Majesty. And you look over, and it's the Whisper, cloaked.
Okay.
Kind of emerging out from a bit of a crowd and a couple of stalls. I think I want to tell you something. And maybe Amicure will kind of like look over and look back at you, and is this one of your friends?
Oh,
No, I'm
no.
I'm not with them. I'm acting on my own, and I think that you should know something. The guards behind Lady Amicure that were about 20 feet away immediately, because you can tell, and I would say you talking to her, Dakos, and hearing this, like, you can, and others, all of you could kind of notice that there's a bit of urgency in the Whisper's voice, and definitely a little bit panicked, so it's a little bit louder than usual. So, like, the guards that were about 20 feet away immediately are just kind of, like, look at each other, and they're just, like, they start coming forward towards the Whisper. And as that starts happening, you hear this loud rumble. And you look up, and you see that the this other plane is coming back, and you can see the city kind of upside down above. And you hear this kind of like crumble, and you can see where it appeared. One of the buildings of the city above hits one of those tall towers of the estate, and just completely brings it like crashing down to the side. Not really into the festival area, but kind of off on, to another edge. You hear some more crashing, maybe a couple of screams. You see a couple of guards that were near the estate kind of move around to like that side to check out what's going on. But the four that are there still are advancing, or, kind of stop mid advancement towards the Whisper and are kind of looking as well. As well as Lady Amicure looks up, and it's like, and you can see this kind of like from the city, this like light falling of snow almost falling down onto the estate and onto the city that you're in. And music suddenly stops, everyone just kind of stops what they're doing. And Lady Amicure looks up, and she's like, Damn it, Quinn. Quinn, I swear you need to stop bringing your city back in. And you can hear almost a like, sorry.
Sorry.
I don't know how to drive this thing.
And
Jeez.
this rope kind of extends down from the city all the way down to about 30 feet away from you. And sliding down this rope is this tabaxi. In this kind of regular garb, but a little bit kind of elaborate touches to it. And he pulls like another rope, and down comes a basket with a gentleman in it, tiefling, that has this kind of greenish, this kind of almost iridescent greenish blue skin with these golden kind of speckles on their face and kind of going up their neck. They have two kind of dark green horns with this kind of auburn hair pulled back, very built, dressed in this kind of, but dressed very almost to where you couldn't tell. Like it's very slouchy, like this kind of green tunic that kind of like bunches up, and these golden trousers, very colorful. And will kind of, has a cloak on and kind of something wrapped around, like, the neck part that he'll pull down when he gets down here. Oh, I forgot how warm it is here. And then Lady Amicure will kind of turn and look, kind of look from the group of you to this person. Be like, Gwen, she'll turn to the tabaxi, who has like a cloak on as well, and just be like, Wicca, I'm only talking to you, not to that. This needs to stop. We can't, and she kind of looks to Quinn anyways. This can't keep happening. You've ruined my tower. What do you need? What do you need me to do? I can't turn back the tabaxi. I can't deal with this right now. And we'll just start marching towards the estate. And the guards will kind of like, a couple will kind of like stay behind and kind of chat amongst each other, and they'll kind of watch. And this tiefling, Quinn, will kind of look towards the group of you, like still standing in the basket, and like kind of still a little bit shivering a bit, be like, well, who are you? And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Okay.
And so, yeah. All right. So,
Quite an
entrance.
Thank you, viewers. Thank you, players. Y'all are amazing.
Thank you, Steph.
You're welcome. We have a lot of, you've been watching the Penumbra Assembly. This is episode 6 of the Penumbra Assembly. Okay, all right, cool. You might have to, Dan sent me a message.
I figured.
I'll try to make a note of it, but if you want to make a note of that as well, Dan, and then we can cover that at the beginning of next week. Okay. Thank you. But yeah, all right. Yeah, you've been watching episode 6 of the Penumbra Assembly, season 1. We have a lot of cool stuff here on Madbird Streams. Schedule time. So this is Wednesday, so tomorrow on Thursday, we should be having Drawing Dan and Paint by Minis. Drawing Dan is kind of, I'm hoping to have it. We'll just keep it at that. If not, then I'll put in Discord that we won't be. Friday, we have Mad Art with Stuff at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, where I'll be working on probably some chibi art then. In Extremis on Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, which is one of our D&D campaigns that Dan runs. And then Sunday, we have Mad Games at Dusk at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and Obsidian Scar at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, which is another one of our D&D campaigns. And also Saturday, I forgot to mention because it's not staring me in the face, is at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I do the Stormfall Initiative, where I'm working on a webtoon style comic for our Stormfall, recently closed Stormfall campaign.
Hmm.
So yeah, join us there. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to have you all. Let me see if we have someone
Get the
to.
Rosewood Inn.
What?
Get the Rosewood Inn if you want.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you so much, Dan. We'll right over to the Rosewood Inn. Again, thank you so much for watching. We have a website, madbirdstreams.com. We have Patreon. We have Discord. So join us there. We'll be happy to have you in our community. So, yeah, until next time. Bye!